How do you feel to be honoured by the UAL?
Fantastic. I feel very privileged. You know, it's terrific. I mean, you know, to get this sort of recognition from, in a sense, your peer group is wonderful. I also think that you know, that the University of the Arts is a fascinating institution. You know, it's brought together some of the great colleges of art in Europe. You know, Chelsea, Central, all of them, and it's terrific. You know, to be associated with such an institution that hasn't forgotten its roots, but is actually really pushing forward at a rapid rate and establishing, you know, a huge reputation in Europe and in the rest of the world. Initially, you know, I had ambitions to be an artist, and did exhibit quite a lot. But then I got very involved in education, and you know, became fascinated by the whole business of educating, of providing art education at many different levels, not just, you know, school-based, but in terms of creating opportunities for people to experience art. So I was very interested in the whole idea of organising exhibitions in alternative spaces. I was really interested in the sort of aesthetic side of art education, how you actually introduce children, particularly children, to aesthetics rather than just making. And so placing the sculpture in the grounds was partly to do with that, you know, to get a response to it. When I think back, we started in 1977 with £1,000. We didn't have any staff, no public. The grounds weren't open to the public. We didn't have any audience. There was no great interest in contemporary sculpture in the open air. So first of all, to survive was you know, quite something. And when I look back now and see what we have today, it's quite amazing what we have actually achieved. One of the great things about art, you know, art education in its broadest sense, is the ability to think laterally and you know, transfer skills. So and to me, this is all what I'm doing now, you know, is all part of the creative process. I think education is so important that you've got to provide a full education, and the arts are part of that. And if you reduce that, if you take that away, then people are not having a full education. And the arts can contribute to so many different things. You know, I mentioned earlier about creativity. In science, in engineering, all of these things need creative thought. And I think a good course, a good graduate course in the arts can provide you with that, whether you're going to become, you know, one of the greatest artists this country's ever seen, or whether you're going to be involved in education or design or something else. What has always been important to the Yorkshire Sculpture Park from day one was to provide opportunities for young artists. So although we do work with major artists from around the world, we still provide opportunities through residencies, through fellowships, through various projects for young artists that haven't been out of college for very long. Where students are now in terms of their degree or postgraduate work is so important, and you must use every second of that time. But it's the beginning, it's the start, and you must never ever close your ears or your eyes to other aspects of education as you evolve. and you've got to keep your eye on, you know, whatever your aim is, you know, whether you're a studio artist and, you know, you're not having success at getting exhibitions or projects, but you believe in your work, you've got to keep going, really, and you've got to get over, you know, the disappointments and, you know, the negativity which inevitably you find when you're trying to create something new and something different.